some work and belief. Know what I want, so I'll take it on. I've made mistakes, but mistakes make you strong. Let's break it down for a minute. I want the crown, I'm gon' get it. You hear me loud, man, I'm winning. Yeah, Charlie Sheen will be grinning. These ladies know that I'm sinning, and this is just the beginning. I'm closing in the night inning. There ain't no point in resisting. Living life like a dream, live it right, that's the thing. Every night got a team, I've been tied to the scene. Out on stage, here on screen. Okay, it's a dream, and I pray as a team. One day it'll be me. If I want it, then I'll get it. Head down, don't regret it. Push myself to the limit. If I play it, then I win it. I'm just saying, I'm just living for today. For a minute, I don't stay, I just visit. Have no shame, I admit it. Looking right at me to see if I succeed, to see if I believe. They're looking up to me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now. Swear to God, man, I'ma make it soon. Silence all the haters as they see us making moves. I do what I want, so I got nothing to prove. Staying motivated, teaching others what to do. I'm staying focused, my mind is open. They start to notice that I'm in motion. There is no potion, you're not just chosen. It takes devotion to stay composed, man. Never stop, there ain't no time to fall. Try to live, get it all. You got one life to pop. Thinking big, never small, cause you gotta want it all. When you finally get that call, you get ready, take it on. Need a hand out, I already stand out. Starting to advance now, ready to expand now. You don't have a chance now, cause we're in demand now. Make it by the grand now, feeling in command now. They're looking right at me to see if I succeed, to see if I believe. They're looking up to me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now.
Yo, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to another weekend update. Man, we've survived. It's June 15th, and it's crazy to think that we're already at this point of the year. Am I right? I mean, good God. But hey, we survived. Thanks for being here. It is great to see all of your beautiful faces. And of course, Mr. Richie Stevens, Principal Stevens, Principal of Status Academy. Quack, quack, TJ. What's up, big dude? It's great to see you, man. Duck Squad in the house. So, as we get started, I got to give a huge shout out to the Dying Breed community, my Patreon members. So, of course, thank you so much to Warrior Bernard, Fighters, Maxwell Foster and Q, and of course, the newly promoted Guardian Wilkie. And then, of course, we have Soldiers Boslow, Little Panda Aiden, Unwired, and then Defenders LG, Jodan, Miss Aoife, and Steven Landry, the Duck Commander. Thanks for all your support, you guys. And of course, it's the one and only, the best-selling author in like all of the categories because Amazon keeps switching it, Mr. JD Glasscock. Who the fuck put up some handsome stud live? Has to be the last of the Dying Breed. What is up, dude? It's great to see you. Thanks for stopping by, man. Of course, with your busy schedule now of being a best-selling author and working on book number 2 of that best-selling series. So, yeah. On light duty work due to my back still being messed up. Dude, you got to take care of the back, man. We'll be going to physical therapy starting next week. I'm sorry to hear that, dude, but I'm glad they're getting you into physical therapy. Heck yeah, JD. And hopefully you can get healed up really soon, man. We like our Richie in good statuses, not bad statuses. So, all right. Well, this is the weekend update. So what weekend updates do I have for you guys? Well, 3 days ago, I think it was, I posted on Facebook saying, hey, I hit 120,000 words in Golem Master. And what was funny was within 48 hours, so let's see, that was 3 days ago. Within 48 hours of that post, I had already gone far past that. So currently right now, Golem Master is sitting at 132,000 words. So that brought my writing total for this month to 21,855. So this week alone, I know I did over 12,000 words of writing. I think I've done like closer to 15,000 words this week alone, which is really good for me. It's almost like, because I did about 12,000 words in 2 days. And so it really felt like I was getting back to being a full-time writer again, like that's all I did. So it was so much fun to do that. And there's a battle scene. I don't want to give you too many spoilers, but there's a battle scene that I think you guys are going to love. It was a really fun match to write between two golems. So there's that to look forward to. And so that means we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 6 other major things that really need to happen for book 1 to be really complete. So what does that mean? That means that more than likely Golem Master will probably finish out right at about the 140 to maybe even 150. It depends on, there's another Golem match that needs to kind of take place. And obviously that's where I just dump a shit ton of words, because you guys know me, like I love to go in depth with my combat scenes. And so that's where, depending on that and how creative I can be within the parameters of the club match, and if you guys know like the different leagues, the club, the region, all that, then you guys understand what I'm talking about for the confinement. But yeah, so it all depends on that, like how much I could get into. But I'm really excited. My buddy Reggie, his character, where he was the one at KBVS that called Pepper soulless. I'm thinking of bringing him back for a little bit because I really enjoy his character. So yeah. All right, dude, the chat is blowing up and I love it. So Richie's saying, give me Kane in book 2. Kane? Are you talking to JD or are you talking to me? Richie Stevens, you have to commit. It's fuck yes. I got you. Kyle Wilkinson, Guardian Wilkie, coming in. Hello, handsome bro. What is up, dude? It's so good to see you. This isn't the feet thing where you can half-ass the comment. Yep, there you go. It's auto-corrected. Dude, thank you, JD. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Seems like you got crazy inspired. It was really interesting, man. It was really interesting. Oh, Ryan, I'm so glad to see you over on the YouTube side of things, man. Yeah, so let's see here. I don't know what it was, but there was something in the chapters that I even, the ones that I posted up in Patreon. I'm trying to look at the last couple of chapters and see where. Oh yeah, well, so I don't really know what it was, but with the whole dance sequence of events, like one, I know I wanted to bring Seth Ring's character into the book in the world, and Seth is really going to help. Well, there's going to be an interaction with he and Pepper, but I really wanted to put Seth's character into book 1 early, and the event that Seth is talking about in the news that happens within the Golem League. Oh, now I get it. Give you a Kane in book 2 to have the principal look. 1, I don't think you guys are going to be in book 2, you and Joel, just because of the way it all works. I mean, if you were a Patreon member and you were reading, like, you would probably understand what I'm talking about. But anyways, all jokes aside, man, you'll see book 1 soon enough when it comes out. But yeah, I mean, there's this transition. So it's not like Quest Academy where Sal is in the academy. Like, we're actually moving on in the story. And yeah, so anyways, I mean, I can give you a cane. Actually, maybe I could give you a cane as I think about what happens in book 3. That might be an interesting thing. I'm going to put this down here. Financials are not a thing when books are involved, Richie. Give Richie cane in book 3. And then this note, you guys don't get to know because I have to, this part of the note. Okay. Financials are not a thing when it comes to books, Richie. We need books more than we need coffee. That's not true. We need coffee more. Okay, let's hold on here. So yeah, crazy inspired. Let's put a bookmark there, Kyle, and then we'll come back here for a second. Ryan Maxwell, Fighter Maxwell, what is up, dude? It's so good to see you, man. So what your vision dictates. Yes, absolutely. Do what your vision dictates. Okay. So getting back there. So yeah, so I really wanted that sequence of events with Seth's character. I felt like Seth would be a good person to bring out the news that's going on in the Golem League and what that whole thing happened. Not when it's only $3. Oh, Kyle's coming in here with the guilt trip. That's funny. And Kyle's bouncing around. He's going from YouTube to Facebook and back and forth. Are you watching on both, Kyle? Is that what you and Ryan are doing? You've got YouTube and Facebook up at the same time? I mean, I've done that before when I was watching some Guildify-Con stuff. But, yeah, anyways. So I really wanted that, and I felt like I really wanted to bring John Douglas's character back in. He got this really brief snapshot at the very beginning of the book, and I was like, no, I need to have another episode with him. Okay, Bucko, listen here. I really wanted him to come back into another episode of Golem Cast. And so that's where I was like, this is just the perfect moment for Seth's character to come in, have John Douglas back, and then at the same time, they could share that news. But then I was like, this is just a perfect lead with how someone would get ready for that event, right? You know, as you're taking a shower and then shaving and getting all ready. I mean, I've listened to podcasts before, video streams, you know, other lives. So it's like, this all makes sense. And so I really wanted to go there with that. And I wanted to do this event in the book. And I was like, not only will it tie into the whole Status Academy thing, but I really wanted to even enhance Andrea's personality and her character and her whole thing, like just who she is and the embodiment of her. And so the very final scene, oh my gosh, what is going on with this chat? What are you guys doing? YouTube mainly, but I like interacting with everyone. That's true. No, I switched because there was an issue with comments from Facebook and stream hard at one point, and I wanted to interact. Yeah, absolutely, dude. I'll stop mentioning feed pics. Okay. So I like basically that whole end sequence of between Andrea and Pepper, that was really what I wanted to get to with the book. But I just knew that I needed to tie all this together. And it was just such a great way that I felt everything came together in the long run. And so for those of you in the Patreon, you'll probably see most of my chapters leading up to this are right around that 2,500 word count. And then these final chapters have been really bumping that 3,000, 4,000, even close to the 5,000 range, kind of like what I used to write in the Dying Breed series. So that's where I was like, man, I just want to keep pouring more details into this chapter, and it just keeps flowing with me in everything that goes on. So there's that. Yeah, chapter 43. I really liked that. At the same time, I wanted to bring KT's character back. I kind of just had this fun thing with Brent where I don't know why, but I was like, he's just this crazy fun character of a best friend. But I had a conversation with another author today or yesterday that will tie into it as well. And it helped me see another area, another layer that I can develop for Brent's character. But I just love this thing of I wanted KT to come back involved and help Pepper in another way. And I just felt like that was going to be a fun way to do things. So that's why that was there. And then what else? Oh, okay. Y'all are inspiring him. Keep up the good work, Golem Master fans. Dude, thank you, man. Thank you. So I also wanted so then in chapter 42, is it? Yeah, chapter 42. Obviously, we also needed to bring Ryan's character back. Ryan's character is also going to play a part a little bit into book 2, but I just really loved the final sentence that Ryan had. Goonies never say die, right? I really wanted to have that nostalgia. I wanted to have that moment of like for the older fan base who has watched Goonies, who's also reading this book, like they just will know and understand like, yeah, that's the attitude. That's the spirit. We never say die. We're going to keep going. And so I really just felt like that really tied everything all together. Yeah. So anyways, those chapters were super fun. You guys are already up to chapter, what is it, 45? Oh, 44. So I just finished chapter 45 and 46 yesterday. I'm about to start. Well, I might write chapter 47 tomorrow. I'm not sure. But yeah, we're probably looking at a good 50 plus chapters to finish out this book. Kyle Taylor, what's going on, brother? How are things? Dude, it's so good to see you, man. So good to see you. I need to call you and we need to catch up. This is one of my old troops, you guys. So he and I met each other, God, like 10 years ago now, Kyle. And he was going through technical training. I was his military training leader and got to spend some time getting to know him. And now, of course, his family is booming and he's doing cool things in the Air Force. So, dude, thanks for stopping by and saying hi, man. It's great to see you. So, yeah, you guys, this week of writing has been really fun. And I don't know what it was, but I just kept getting into the flow and the pace of things. And it just kept going. It felt really natural. And I'm just super excited for Golem Master. I think it's really coming together good. So that, let's just recap really quick. So that brings us to a total of 132,000 words for Golem Master. So we're basically looking at about a 400-page book, right? A good chonker. That's a good one for people to enjoy. It brings June's writing total to 21,855 words. That yearly total is 262,000 and change, with a career total of 945,000. It's insane. It's insane, right? But it's really good. I'm happy. And so looking at July, August, September, October, and November, the 5 months that we have left in my writing year span of calculation, I'm going to do my best to try to jump right into book 2 of Golem Master. I think I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm not burnt out. I'm not feeling like I need to do a switch up. And I just feel like it's going to be the right thing to do. And so more than likely when I'm done writing book 1 of Golem Master, I'll probably take a week or two to plot out the next key points that I need to really develop for book 2. And then I'll probably go back into book 1 and really build out the World Bible, making sure, because I started doing the World Bible, but like I hated the fact that I would waste 30 minutes or an hour doing the World Bible for the chapter that I was about to write. And so I just stopped doing it. But I really need to go back there and do that so that I set myself up really well for book 2 and 3, because there's going to be a lot of details that tie over. But dude, I'm excited for you guys. I am excited for you guys to read chapter 46, this giant clash. And I would say, in my opinion, some of the funniest one-liners that JD's character has are probably in chapter 46. I really enjoyed writing some of those things. So, okay, so what's the next thing? What's the next part of this all? There's two things, actually about three things that really came up this week as all of this crazy writing was going on. And one of them was a conversation that I had with another author who's been on my author chats. And I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry that I haven't done any author chats recently. It's just with the schedule and needing time to recharge the batteries, I just had to take a step back from the author chats. So that's why that happened. But this author and I had this really interesting chat. And we didn't get to chat in person. We were just texting back and forth. But they were talking about I'm intrigued that Geneva hasn't been in your book yet. Geneva is in the book. Geneva is in the book, dude. She is in. Okay, see, now we got to stop. I can't believe that you skipped right over her. So she is on page 183, chapter 29. Chapter 29 through, what is it, like chapter 32? See, now I got to go through the manuscript. Chapter 33. So then if she's in 33, she has to be in 34 or mentioned in 34 at least. Okay, yeah. So she's 29 to 34. That's where Miss Geneva is. Damn it, my brain just went on the fritz. It's all good, dude. Just remember, when he goes to Gollum Con, that's when he meets Miss Geneva. He has some interactions with her. He then goes into the Rising Stars area, and then Miss Kristen saves him from having a panic attack and overwhelming. And then when he meets up with Harmon Cooper later at Jodan's Gollum match, she's mentioned again. So she is in the book. She's in the book. She and Kristen will have a reappearance in at least book 2, but it's going to be very brief. It's going to be very brief. But anyways, okay, so this author and I were talking, and they said, you know, I'm trying to close out this book series. I need to start writing book 3, and I'm really having a hard time. There's this weird feeling because I've never finished a book series before. And now that I'm coming to the end of this book series, even though it's 3 books, I have it's just weird. It's like trying to put the bow on the top of things and finish it out. And so I said, dude, I've been there with Bloodbath because I did technically finish Bloodbath. It's all done. It's all ready to go. It's, you know, off to the presses. And there's this very, very weird feeling as an author when you question things of, did I do the characters justice? Did I do the story justice? Did I give the readers a good ending that they will be like satisfied with and enjoy? Did I close it out on the right note? Did I, you know, bring the pacing and flow to a nice end? And so you have all of these questions regarding that. But then you have this very emotional moment for you as an author when you come to realize I am never going to be with these characters again. It's an extremely odd feeling, odd emotion, odd mental space to be in, because it's unlike almost anything else that you probably experience in life. At least for me, up to this point, it's such a unique feeling. And especially with, well, at least for me, especially with Bloodbath, because of the way that Trevor and Sasha and Brian and Jez's characters, like how it all comes together at the end. And I think that's one of the things that with something else that happened this week, I really started to reflect on that. When readers are like, how, when readers get upset at an author and they're like, how could you do this to me? I spent so much time with this character. Okay, you maybe spent 8 hours reading the book. So you spent 8 hours with that character. And then maybe depending on the book or depending on the series, whatever it is, maybe you spent a couple hours with that character afterwards as you like started to imagine and think more about him and start to connect with them or relate to him or whatever. Like, yeah, you spent a couple hours, maybe. That author probably spent months or years with that character leading up to the development of the story. And so there's times where it's like, no, this is exactly what is going to happen in the book, why it's going to happen in the book. It's my story and my characters. And though you may not like what I did, I spent the time with the characters, and this is what we decided was best. Sometimes the readers, like Warrior Bernard, he had a great idea for Bloodbath series. I incorporated it. I loved it. I thought it was a great addition. There's sometimes where, yeah, readers have great ideas that we love to incorporate. There's times where we'll ask, like, hey, what do you guys want to see? And we'll put it in there. We'll change it up a little bit. But at the end of the day, I really thought about that with when you're coming and writing the end of the series in the book and you're like, it is done. There's just this really odd feeling. And all of those months and hours or years of preparation and time spent with those characters, when that comes to an end, it's just a very odd emotional experience. And yeah, so I was really happy that I could relate to that author on that regard. And it's just something like when you as an author can just look at another author and say, yeah, this is it. And that author has also been to that point of their career, like they just understand. They know, I would say, depending on the author. I don't know. Major cliffhangers, so you can taste the reader's tears as they wail over needing more versus a satisfying ending. Nah, you know what? I think that's why some things, my buddy Royce over at the A Drink with Crazy YouTube channel, he said it best, man. Like what made the original Star Wars so good and meaningful to us all is because it came to an end and it allowed our imaginations to continue on and imagine, like, what if this, what if that? And so that's what makes things great, is when you actually have an end. If you keep dragging something on, then it doesn't become as satisfying. And I firmly believe that. I firmly believe that. That's why I like to have caps of like, okay, well, even in The Dying Breed, even though I planned out and plotted out what 13 to 15 books could look like, they each had different sagas. The God King Emmanuel, The Wrath of the Queen, The War of the Celestials, different sagas that brought totally different perspectives to the ongoing story. And some of those books did not involve the main character, Liam. Some of those books were from Crow's perspective, Mala's perspective, Kodgarak's perspective, Golgoth's. And so all of these different things. So that's where I was like, yeah, even though the series was stretched out 15 books, it doesn't mean the main character was constantly the focal point of it, because it was more about the world and what was going on within that entire universe than just the main character. So anyways, I just started rambling on. That's what that was a very interesting thing. And then what else? There's an interesting comment on Facebook, an interesting comment that wanted to kind of make fun or harass another author. And what's interesting was, I don't agree with everything the author has done. I don't agree with all the choices the author has made. And I know that author and I see differently. We don't always see eye to eye on some things. But when you are going to go after an author in a personal way, and then when you want to throw me into it in a more personal way instead of the story or like critiquing the story, okay, I'll defend that all day long, right? That's a hill I'll die on, because we are so quickly now as a society willing to jump on a bandwagon and comment on things or comment regarding people without walking a mile in their shoes, right? And so I was like, yeah, no, I spent time with these fellow authors. I have lived this life for, granted a very short amount of time, but yeah, the emotional toll, the mental toll that goes on us, the amount of pressure that is put on some authors, nah, doesn't need to be that way. Doesn't need to be that way. So yeah, I was very happy to get to stand up and share my perspective to maybe a little bit of a disgruntled reader, but they'll get over it. Not my problem. So anyways, that was a really interesting thing that happened this week as well. But what else? Okay, so I got a few videos for us today, a few motivational stuff. And this first video, I was listening to the song nonstop before I got on the live stream, and you guys will see exactly like if this is just not straight Bloodbath energy for you guys who are fans of Bloodbath, you'll get this. So, but there's some other good stuff that I'll share. Realize you finally get to execute excuse to choose violence. Absolutely. Woo-hoo! Yes, let's go. You're coming into my home. It's on like Donkey Kong. Anyways, but yes, Terrifier, that smile, straight Bloodbath energy right there. Okay, let's get into some motivational things, because I want to finish out talking about this stuff here at the end with some of our other authors.
Just get up, move towards that challenge, whatever that challenge is. Move towards that challenge and go attack it. And you may be successful and you may not be successful, but you will be better. And the next challenge, you're gonna be more prepared for. And you're gonna fail, and you're gonna fail, and you're gonna fail, and you're gonna fail, and then you're gonna win. Just get up, move towards that challenge, whatever that challenge is. Move towards that challenge and go attack it. And you may be successful and you may not be successful, but you will be better. And the next challenge, you're gonna be more prepared for. And you're gonna fail, and you're gonna fail, and you're gonna fail, and you're gonna fail, and then you're gonna win. Just get.
That's what's painful, is that it takes more effort to start in the beginning. And more people are right about the fact, they're like, hey, you're not going to hit it big. And guess what? A month in, you're not. But they're only measuring on months. And at 6 months, you're also not going to have hit it big yet. And they're going to be like, I'm still fucking right. And at a year, you're still not going to have hit it big. And they'll still be fucking right. And every day that you haven't hit it, they're going to feel like they were right. But they're wrong. Because they're measuring in days and you're measuring in decades. People only root for people who don't need it. Like the amount of times when I was on my lonely path, where I was too different from the friends that I had, but not successful enough to be friends with the people that I wanted to be friends with. That's when you want people to root for you. That's when you want people to support you. Once you've already won, people are like, he's amazing, he's so good. But like, that's the time when you need it the least. And so you always have to be the person who roots for you before everyone else does. And it's usually a single clap in the auditorium for a very long period of time. It is a slow clap that's just you rooting for you. People struggle to do things alone. And the path of the exceptional person is one of an exception, which means that you are not with other people. And rather than fighting that or bemoaning it, see it as an indicator that you're on the right path. Because if everyone else were cheering you on, then it means you're not in the right place, because it means you're just like everyone else, and that's not where you want to be. That's what's painful, is that it takes more effort to start in the beginning, and more people are right about the fact they're like, hey, you're not going to hit it big. And guess what? A month in, you're not. But they're only measuring on months. And at 6 months, you're also not going to hit it big yet. And they're going to be like, I'm still fucking right. And at a year, you're still not going to hit it big. And they'll still be fucking right. And every day that you haven't hit it, they're going to feel like they were right, but they're wrong because they're measuring in days and you're measuring in decades. People only root.
I think that was the big part that I really wanted to hit with that video. They're measuring in days and you're measuring in decades. And when I heard that, I was like, yes, like that is absolutely it. Like for those of you who are writing, I know Wilkie's writing, I know Ryan's writing, we've got JD, we've got all these people within our little circle that are starting out in writing. And it's like, yeah, it's day after day after day of constantly working on the craft, constantly trying to get better on the craft. And yes, every day you're going to lose. And every day they're going to be right that it's not worth it until you get to that point at an unknown date and time when all of that work of failing previously clicks, snaps in place, switches it up, and then you win. And then you go forward, and then you take all of that and you keep putting it into practice, and the machine will start rolling.
My dad had a handwritten quote on a 5x7 card that faded over the years. It was just stuck to the wall, wasn't framed or anything. And the quote was, life responds to effort. That is the truest fact, that life responds to effort. I think people want life to respond to their wishes. It doesn't. My dad had a handwritten quote on a 5x7 card that faded over the years. It was just stuck to the wall, wasn't framed or anything. And the quote was, life responds to effort. That is the truest fact, that life responds to effort. I think people want life to respond to their wishes. It doesn't. All
right, this one I might have to read out to you guys because it might be a little small. But it says, I came across a quote that said, let me fall if I must fall. The one I am becoming will catch me. Let me fall if I must fall. The one I am becoming will catch me. And I love that. All righty. Bloop, bloop. It takes time and you're going to stumble along the way. Don't stop. That's the only way to succeed. 100%, my dude. 100%. So yeah, I loved those motivational videos and of this week. And I was like, yes, this is exactly it. Life responds to effort. You cannot give up. You just know, don't give up, just get better. That was one of the phrases I used to tell my troops when I was a first sergeant. Don't give up, just get better. So yeah, that's that, you guys. Let's see. So far, Bloodbath is up for pre-order. Right now, we're sitting on 19 pre-orders for book 1, 2, and 3, not combined, right? So we got 11 pre-orders up for Bloodbath. So I'm really excited. That means a lot because we're still like 2 months out. So hopefully we'll get some more pre-orders in and that'll be a great launch. I am super stoked. Jodan sent me 1 or 2 clips of his recordings, and you guys, like, oh, I don't think I've ever been as excited for an audiobook as I am with his. Cannot wait for him to get that done and to listen to the gloriousness. But yeah, that's that. So yeah, that's really all I got for this weekend, you guys. I finished out Golem Master at 132, and I finished out with a really great match. And now, even though I know what I need to do, it's just like, I don't know if I'm really in the inspirational moment of writing the next part yet. So I don't know if I might just go out to my old neighborhood and walk around and just listen to some music and just try to find the inspiration to write this next scene. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But yeah, there's only about 6 more really big points that we need to finish for book 1. So I might go take a walk, might smoke a nice cigar. And I just see that KT Hana hearted the stream, which I think is funny because I know she hates smoke because she can't take it with her lungs or whatever. And so yeah, so I was like, I want to go smoke a cigar, and KT hearted the video. Sorry, KT. Don't worry, I'll give you a big giant hug before I smoke the cigar. But yeah, so that's really it, you guys. What do you guys got going on this weekend? This is now your time to hang out, and let's talk about what you guys want to talk about. I know one of the things that I mentioned, so I had another conversation with an author yesterday, which was so good. Love talking to this guy, and we got to catch up for a good hour. And one of the things that we talked about was I got to this point in my writing where, like, I just know that Golem Master is good, right? And I even talked about this with Lars on our author chat. I was like, I know Golem Master is good. Can I tell you why? No. Because I feel like I'm at this point of the writing skills where the more I know, the more I realize I don't know. And it's like, I know that I'm really good in this, but I also realize I don't know anything about these skills. Like I don't know if I would be able to really teach someone what it is about these skills. All I know is like, this is good. I've gotten enough experience now under my belt to just know that this story is really good compared to my old work. And so it was just really nice to where we got to have this chat and talk about this, that moment. And so it's like, yeah, I still know that there's other areas of the writing skills that I want to progress in and I want to get better in. But right now with Golem Master, it's just like so much fun to just be like, yep, all of this experience, all of these 800,000 words, 8 books prior, 9 books prior, all that experience dumping into Golem Master now has just been so much fun. And it's like, yeah, now I'm excited to see where the next evolution of my writing goes to. John A. Douglas, I see you stalking and liking the video, the stream. We just talked about you, dude, a couple of minutes ago, about your character having a second scene in Golem Master. So, but all right, guys, so what else do you guys want to talk about? This is your time. Throw the comments in the chat. Throw the questions. What is it you guys want to talk about? Yeah, it is on you. I am drinking the Ghost Phase Pop. This one is super delicious. No, we are not yet sponsored yet, Ghost. Just FYI, if anyone ever sees the video, we're still not sponsored by you. Though we would love to. We'd love for you to give me free caffeine. That would be splendid. But yeah. Oh, and what else is going on in my life? I just got I just ordered an electric blender. So I am planning to make my own mayonnaise now. No lie. Because I do not like the fact that the store wants to charge me $11 for mayonnaise that does not have a seed oil in it. And this is like canola oil, soybean oil, vegetable oil, palm oil. The only oils that I'm trying to ingest or use in my diet is avocado oil, olive oil, butter, and coconut oil. And so there's this one jar of mayonnaise at the store. It's the only jar that I can find, the only brand where they use avocado oil for the mayonnaise. And yeah, they want like $11 for this really tiny jar. I'm like, that's bullshit. No. I will just try to make my own mayonnaise. So I got an electric blender, and I'm going to try to make my own mayonnaise now. I'm going to try to do that this weekend. Passion is enough to push any writer through. That's right. Passion and stubbornness. I've got so much stubbornness that I could just keep trucking up this hill until I die. 100%, Kyle. 100%. Love it. So, all right, you guys. Well, I'm not seeing... Kyle, when are you supposed to get your book back from your dev editor? Oh, and spoiler, I don't know if I was allowed to really share that news, but now I just did. So sorry. Which is really funny too, because I released the cover for Quest Academy. I got Brian's permission. He shared it with me. I was like, hey, dude, can I share this? And he's like, yeah, that's not a problem. I shared it, and Legion was a little upset. And so now I am banned from seeing all covers until they are look, I got Brian's permission. Brian gave me permission. Such a great secret keeper. I never said I was good at keeping secrets. I never said that. Just FYI. If you tell me something, it might wind up on a book or on a live stream. Are you talking about Brian, Ryan? Shit. Now I need to go back and look. What? I'm going to have to go back and look now. Okay, so while I go back and look for that conversation, yeah, I think that that really kind of does wrap it up for us, you guys. Because I don't really have anything else to talk about, but I'm super excited for you guys. So, okay, well, you guys, that's really it. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Thanks for tuning in. It's always great to be here and be with you guys. So I appreciate it. You guys keep me going for sure. So, all right. Well, without any further ado, you guys have a great week. Much love to you guys, the Patreon community, and we'll talk to you soon. Deuces.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want, so I'll take it on. I've made mistakes, but mistakes make you strong. Let's break it down for a minute. I want the crown, I'm gon' get it. You hear me loud, man, I'm winning. Yeah, Charlie Sheen will be grinning. These ladies know that I'm sinning, and this is just the beginning. I'm closing in the night inning. There ain't no point in resisting. Living life like a dream, live it right, that's the thing. Every night got a team, I've been tied to the scene. Out on stage, here on screen. Okay, it's a dream, and I pray as a team. One day it'll be me. If I want it, then I get it. Head down, don't regret it. Push myself to the limit. If I play it, then I win it. I'm just saying, I'm just living for today. For a minute, I don't stay, I just visit. Have no shame, I admit it. Looking on me to see if I succeed, to see if I believe. They're looking up to me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me. Swear to God, man, I'ma make it soon. Silence all the haters as they see us making moves. I do what I want, so I got nothing to prove. Staying motivated, teaching others what to do. I'm staying focused, my mind is open. They start to notice that I'm in motion. There is no potion, you're not just chosen. It takes devotion to stay composed, man. Never stop, there ain't no time to fall. Try to live, get it up, you got one life to ball. Thinking big, never small, cause you gotta want it all. When you finally get that call, you get ready, take it on. Need a hand out, I already stand out. Starting to advance now, ready to expand now. You don't have a chance now, cause we're in demand now. Make it by the grand now, feeling in command now. They're looking right at me to see if I succeed, to see if I believe. They're looking up to me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now.
Jet.